Computer. Okay, welcome to Battered and Proud, a college football podcast. We had a little issue. I know everyone was waiting for our sign-on song, but we had a little bit of an issue, and Joe threw a fit right before, so we had to go without because he didn't want to
That's why
wait
he
for
looks like
me.
that.
Yeah, that's why his face looks like that. Um, so we're going to continue on, but it is a college football podcast for college football geniuses. And unfortunately, we have Shardy, some say Swami on. It's time for you to talk. You can say hi.
Hi.
Okay, that's great. He's not helping himself. Okay. Also, I have my other brother who also sometimes has mind blocks when it comes to Notre Dame. But anyway, we also have Alex.
Howdy.
And then we have a guest. And he came through Joe. This is Justin, and how do you guys know each other?
Well, I guess I've known Alex longer than I have Joe, but it's funny. But I guess Alex and I met back when I was the Nexon rep back in 2012 or 13, probably, Alex, I think. And then
Yeah, that's about right.
I met Joe shortly after that. But it's funny how how it all happens. But Joe and I tend to talk more than me and Alex do. But I sell tires. I'm hopefully going to sell tires to Joe one of these days. So again,
And
but that's how we
again,
know.
I wish we could just talk about tires, to be honest. Like, I think that is so much more interesting and entertaining. But
That
we're
would
gonna
be fun.
pass this time.
Okay.
And last time we went over our top 12 rankings, and so we're gonna allow you to share yours, and we can add some comments here and there. So get ready for that. We're going to
Oh
stop.
yeah.
You start at 12 and go up.
So
Okay.
also, Elizabeth, let's talk about Justin and why he's a tech
Mm.
graduate, okay?
Okay,
And
sorry, Joe. Take it away. Take it away here.
well, I was taking it away until you interrupted me again. That's the one thing that we need you not to do during this episode is interrupt me, okay? Thank you very much. Anyway, I asked Justin to come on because I want to hear we want to hear his insight on tech and what's going on and as far as the recruiting process goes and what happened with the quarterback. Did the quarterback, I mean, how did that? Whose fault is it? Is it Tech's fault for letting him stay on? Like backing him up, saying, even though Pete Rose, when he got banned from baseball, he was banned for life, right? But it's okay for this kid to gamble and let him be eligible after missing one game. So that's a lot of people were asking me that question, right? That's what
Hmm.
I've heard a lot. So um, we want our viewers to know from a tech graduate who's more involved with it to help us understand the situation.
Our thousands of viewers, just so you
Yes.
know, Justin. I don't want to make you nervous, but we have so many viewers. Also, on our last podcast, Alex and I both were like, it is done. That quarterback is not he's not he's not playing.
Hmm.
And then literally the next day is when
Yeah.
they said he was. So
Yeah.
anyway,
A judge granted him, like a judge said it was okay for him to play. He just had to miss one game for
Two.
right.
gamble or
Yeah.
two games. Yeah, two
Yeah.
games. So that's like, how does that happen? I mean, why did that
Right.
judge do that? I mean, what's the reasoning behind that, do you think? Why did that judge do that when he was at
Yeah.
fault and he gambled on football games, you know?
So this is the age of the NIL, and we don't look at it. We look at it as a broad perspective. So black or white. The guy gambled. He should be banned. He shouldn't be playing college football. I think we all can agree on that. I
Right.
think the judge saw the injunction part because the injunction wasn't whether he could play or not. It was whether he could continue his NIL eligibility, which that was the whole idea. They had to grant him eligibility through that, but the NIL part was, I guess, the legal term, and that's where, and so that's when the Big 12 said, hey, we've got to sue. Basically, we're going to sue Texas Tech because we have a league and we have rules that you need to follow. And Tech was caught in the middle of this once again. Tech was going to lose one way or the other. And like I said before, they they had a tough draw on this thing. We had to stand by this kid because of all the recruiting parts and because of all of the players and things. And so we look like now we are. Texas Tech is they stand by their recruits, they stand by their players, they stand by all that. But on the other hand, they looked like crap on that round table they had. I mean, it was like, are we just telling people that it's okay to gamble or it's okay to gamble on your own team and things like that? It was just a terrible thing for Tech. And then on the other hand, that when he sued for that NIL money, we had paid him about $2 million out of his $5 million NIL contract, Sorsby. And I think, it could be the numbers, could be more, could be less, but I heard it was 2 or 2.5 million, about half of it. And when he was deemed ineligible by the NCAA, that triggered us to not pay him anymore because he wasn't eligible. He wasn't part of the team. He was basically suspended. So we stopped paying him. So he, in turn, he didn't sue Texas Tech. He sued the NCAA for eligibility. That way he could make the rest of his NIL money. That's what the whole thing was. So in turn, I don't think that was ever Tech's intention, honestly. We weren't going to ever say this publicly, but I really don't think Tech's intention was to ever play this kid this year, whether he was part of the team or not. He might have been the second string quarterback or whatever, but I don't think he was really going to play when it all said and done. And then when he was deemed, I guess, quote unquote, eligible, had the 2-game suspension from that judge, then Texas Tech had a hard decision to make. And basically they did. They set him down and told him, look, you're not going to play this year. And so he went on, he said, you know what? I throw my hands up, I give up, I'm going to go to the supplemental draft, because he had like 2 or 3 days left before he could declare for the supplemental. So once he declared supplemental, then it was all over with. So we didn't have to mess with it. So he kind of did us a favor as well. But anyway,
Do you
the
guys
supplemental.
have a quarterback now?
Yeah, we have the same quarterback we did last year. He just blew his knee out last year. So
it's not the same guy that played like in the playoffs.
No, Morton, he's graduated. Thank goodness he graduated. But Will Hammond will be the quarterback this year. He's really good. He was highly touted. Real tall kid. I mean, he's the kid that played against Utah last year. We went in and just beat the dog piss out of Utah last year.
And then
in Utah.
What is the relationship like now with the Big 12? Like, are they like, I never like kept following what happened with that. Are they still like having some turmoil or what?
As far as I know, the lawsuit has not been dropped. I know the Tech fans are just utterly angry. Of course, I come from a fan base and I've watched them my entire life. And now that I'm 44 years old, I kind of know. But anything that doesn't go Tech's way, it's never Tech's fault. It's from a fan base, which I can honestly say it sucks to be in the middle of that. But
I mean, y'all had schools that were like, if y'all let this guy stay on, wasn't there schools that said we're not going to play you?
Oh yeah, Georgia said that, and of course, I don't. There was a bunch, but they're held by even the Big 12. There was people supposedly said that, but you have this contractual obligation to play these games regardless. So if you're gonna, at the end of the day, we'd still win the game. And I don't want to win like that, and I don't want to be like that. But we'll have a big giant because of it, and because of all the fallout and everything. It's basically Big 12 versus Texas Tech this year, which is that's honestly kind of what we deserve. And if you want to play on the chips, you want to play with a chip on your shoulder. You want to really show the world that you really are good as you say you are, and you recruit as say you do, and all that. there's going to be a lot more competition this year. I mean, I went through the schedule with you the other day, and I'm pretty scared of about 3 games that we have. And I mean, supposedly we have one of the easiest schedules, but you're going to have that bullseye on your back all year long. I
Can't be
really think
easier
that.
than Notre Dame's schedule.
Yeah, Notre
Hey,
Dame's a
watch it.
cakewalk. Yeah,
No,
I'm
it's
just
a tough. It's a tough schedule.
love it.
What
Love
about
it.
the relationship between your coach and Sart?
Oh, I think they have a good relationship. I mean, Joey, I think they get it kind of riled up for the fan bases and things like that. But I mean, I don't think he has any ill will towards them. He does wish we'd play him, but at the end of the day, we are always going to be Texas' little brother. We will. It doesn't matter. And if people on here hate me for that, as
Don't
much as
ever
I
say
like
that.
I'm telling you right now, Texas Tech, I love Tech. I love where I graduated. And I love that we're even in the mix of it because NIL did great for us because we have billionaire oil backing and all that. And that's great.
yeah.
It's great for us because it put us in the picture. But
Yeah, you still got to bend the knee. You still got to bend the knee for Texas.
we always do.
Okay. We've got
Yeah.
to go over his top 12 because
Yeah, let's do it.
are you ready for this? You
Yeah.
start with number 12 and then you go up to 1 and then we'll hassle you in the middle of it.
Okay. So I have Tennessee at 12, Texas Tech at 11.
11.
Yeah.
I had him.
Uh, LSU at 10.
Wow.
I've got Miami at 9.
The U.
Yep. Bama at 8. Gosh, where am I? Okay. And
Second.
I didn't know who I was. Okay.
So,
I don't know. Mm, Notre Dame at 7.
that's good.
6, Clemson.
6 is Clemson. Hey, question
Clemson.
for you.
Yeah.
Against Notre Dame, why do you have them with their weak ass schedule? Why do you have them at 7? Because I think they're going to go. The only game that they have that even poses a challenge is the Miami game, and you've got Notre Dame ahead of Miami. So if Notre Dame is ahead of Miami, and you think Notre Dame's going to beat Miami, why would you have Notre Dame only at 7? Because that's the only game they have. They got BYU on the road, but BYU is a joke as well.
Yeah.
No, BYU's tough. They're
Oh
the
my God.
second ranked Big 12 team in prediction.
Okay.
I like
And,
the
and
reason Notre Dame is just their strength of schedule, but Notre Dame, they do Texas Tech things. They lose against people they shouldn't. They win against people that I mean, they should win technically all their games, but they'll lose a game other than that Miami game. There's your prediction. There's a good prediction. I think
Okay.
Miami beats Notre Dame, and I think Notre Dame loses another game as well.
Wow. But still number 7.
Still number 7. I mean, they could probably move up. 5, Oregon, 4, Georgia. I like Penn State this year, number 3.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. That's a wild one. That's a wild hair. Nobody's going to have that, but Penn State's going to be a pretty good team this year.
Penn State is wild and Clemson isn't. Clemson's not wild.
Clemson, they've had a couple rough years. Your expectations real low for Clemson. This is when he's got a bunch of seniors this year. He's a Dabo. He's due.
Who'd you have it for? You had
Georgia,
Georgia.
Georgia. Okay. UGA. Okay.
of course, UT number 2, and then the Ohio State is 1. It's hard to go against Ryan Day.
What about Indiana? You don't give them a chance this year?
Oh, I forgot Indiana. So you could probably replace Clemson with Indiana there.
Or Penn State?
Or Penn State, yeah.
I mean,
Indiana's going to be really good.
what about
So-
Michigan this year with the coach from Utah? You think he'll be any good?
Whittingham, is that right?
Yeah.
Michigan they'll be all right. They'll be good. They'll probably lose 2 games, 3 games. So
Why,
you never know.
Why do you
I
have
like to throw
Texas?
these people.
Why do you have Texas at number 2 when Ohio State's got to come and play in Austin this year?
Because
think
they're
that's
probably
a
going
good
to beat
question.
them.
They
They're
shouldn't
probably
even be
gonna-
up that long.
that Ohio State doesn't have a chance, right? You know that, Justin, right?
Every time Ohio State doesn't have a chance, they prove me wrong every single time. So
Okay. Well, this year they
I don't
don't,
know.
not in Austin.
And they're gonna prove your friend wrong too.
Okay.
Who's his friend? What are you talking about?
Jose.
He thinks that they're going
He's
to come in, they're
yeah.
going to beat Texas and Austin.
They are
Oh,
gonna
He's
be
I
flipped
yeah.
his
think
wig. Arch played horrible last year, horrible, and they only
He comes
lost by
out
a
of the block
touchdown.
slow. He
He,
he comes out of the block slow, and that's what
well,
he's gonna
he's
do
got
this
it
year
figured
too.
out, dude. He's got it figured out. Texas is
Okay.
loaded at every single position, including defense, offense, defense, everything.
Justin,
And their head
very
coach.
interesting top 12, Justin. I appreciate you sharing that.
Coaches, you know.
I also noticed that there's that you
I was
actually left out Texas A&M completely out of your top 12 and you put Clemson and Penn State in your
Yeah.
top 12.
yeah.
That's bananas to me.
Why is it
Yep.
Bananas.
bananas to you when they lost everybody? A&M lost everybody on both sides of the football, right?
How
No, they
Everybody,
didn't.
everybody
how do
They
you
knows that
had
it was a
lose to
fluke last
everybody
year.
when you're 11 and 0? How do you lose to everybody?
No, they lost
No,
everybody on
lost.
both sides of the football. They
Oh,
lost
they
all
lost
their
the
defense.
people.
They lost their
no, they didn't.
offense.
Alex,
You
can
know,
you
No.
Google real quick who has like the number one class right now coming in?
they're
Like,
not here yet.
doesn't
And you know
matter.
what? And when they finish 6-6 this year, they're probably not going to stay either.
Okay,
You know,
moving on. Let's talk about something also just as interesting. What are the top three teams? And I'll let Justin go first because he is our guest. And I want to know who you think the top three home field advantages go to.
Oh,
This is hard for
Death.
me because I haven't really been to that many. So I can't,
Yeah.
I feel weird saying some of them.
Well, Death Valley always to me that's LSU.
yeah,
Death Valley is always big
yes,
as far as
agreed.
home field advantage.
Mhm.
Um,
Especially at night.
yeah, the Penn State whiteout game, that's another home field advantage. I feel like uh,
Nice to
uh,
support your bizarre ranking there.
Penn State is due to. I don't know. I mean, this is all
Who
crazy.
who is their coach again? Who did they bring in?
Oh, you got me.
Oh,
I
the
don't.
Iowa State guy, Campbell.
Oh, okay,
Matt
okay.
Campbell. Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
he's good. He is good.
Yeah, I
yeah.
mean, it may take them a couple years, but I mean, you get that new coaching hype and stuff, and they win games, and I don't know. So they'll buy into his program this year. I feel like so.
Wow.
So LSU, you got LSU and Penn State, and then you got man. I don't know, and I'm not a huge A&M fan, but man, they have a hell of a home field advantage. I feel like until
I'd
they
agree
play
with that.
Yeah,
I'm
Miami or
yeah.
Texas
Or
Tech.
or anybody good. Yeah, yeah. Or anybody good.
I
I got to go next because I'm identical. I went either Michigan, Penn State, then LSU, then A&M.
A&M.
Yeah, A&M's got the toughest. I mean, there's no way you can go in there and like have
Wait a minute. What are you
your head
talking
ringing.
about? What are you? But that doesn't make a
The
difference.
home
People
field
still go in there.
advantage.
There's no advantage. They don't have an advantage.
Well,
They don't
the
have an
problem that
advantage.
what happened last year is our quarterback is he's a little inept at the end of the year, and he
Okay.
started
he let it get to him.
reading too many freaking articles about himself,
Right.
but
Sure.
I think he's going to
Sure.
change all
It
that.
was
Yeah.
as
Okay.
soon as the Heisman talk started
Yeah.
getting
Yeah,
Yeah.
it chirping, that's when
and that happens to every kid his age. You
Yeah.
know,
No, that's not true.
it
That doesn't
happened to
happen to every kid.
Arch. It happened to Arch in the
yeah,
beginning.
No.
I'm gonna say
No.
yeah.
that.
I
Arch
mean,
had a
Arch
lot
was
of
definitely. Hey, Arch was
No.
definitely reading a lot of his articles. That's for damn sure. Everybody thought he was a god,
Well, he
and
is a
look what he
god.
did.
He
He
is a
went.
god, and
Well,
he
he's like, where
stumbles a
do I
little bit, but
go?
he's on his way back. Don't worry. He's good. He's on there.
Arch
He's
has got a double whammy too because he's a Manning.
That's
So
right.
Yes.
Yeah, but that's okay.
yeah,
Arch has got it figured out. He's good. I'm
yeah.
not worried about that at all.
Okay.
okay.
For sure.
Do you
What
want
about,
me
and
to
by the
go?
way, you talked about how great A&M's whole field advantage was. What happened to him last 2 years ago when they had a chance when they played Texas? They could have knocked Texas out. They could have gone to the big or the SEC championship and they lost. They
We
lost the
just
game
didn't have.
at home.
We
What
didn't
happened
have a
there?
roster. You know,
Oh, okay. But
I was in
what do you
the
mean?
I
Have
was
the
in the
roster?
parking
You
lot.
had a chance to win the SEC. You had a chance to go to the
No,
SEC
no,
championship. If you
no.
beat
I was in
Texas, you
the
do that.
I was in the parking lot. I knew we were going to lose that game.
Of course. Yes, absolutely.
Okay. Do we ask him what his are, or do I go, or I don't know
Yeah, go
what to
ahead.
do.
Go ahead. Go for it. Go, Elizabeth.
So I feel weird picking this because I have never been there, but I feel like whenever I watch games, it's very difficult unless they're playing A&M. I think Death Valley also is tough in the evening time, except when they play A&M because they lost at one time. Number two, because I went there, I do think Notre Dame has a really good home field advantage.
Oh my God.
That place was on fire when we were there.
Well, it was mainly because of us.
Yeah.
I mean, the Aggies were loud.
They
Yes,
have a
exactly.
really cool deal when like the Irish stuff comes on
Yeah,
and
yeah,
it
yeah.
was like pretty dynamic. I thought I was like uncomfortable when the game was
That's not an
starting.
advantage. You know, when you're nice to people and you have sweet looking little,
No, I'm not
halftime
I'm
shows.
talking
Okay, that's not
about
an
no.
advantage. An
I'm not
advantage is
saying
LSU because they throw whiskey bottles at you. Okay.
no.
Right?
And they say suck the
Yes.
tiger. Yeah.
And they do
Yeah.
all
Okay.
that. Yes.
But I thought it was dynamic and I'm not saying it was sweet and the people were fun. I mean like it was very loud and I thought it was like a
It's not
whatever.
intimidating at all.
All right.
It's
And then the number one most intimidating stadium I think is Kyle Field. Just saying.
wow.
Homer.
Exactly. A complete homer. She is. She's a complete homer and it's ridiculous. I mean, I just gave her the
You had
factual evidence why it's not, you know. I
Can
It's
mean, it's
it's it's top
ridiculous.
three.
Can you
It's top three.
imagine?
I
Can you
know it's not.
it's
imagine
number
how
one.
bad
No.
I mean, can you imagine how if we didn't have the 12th man, how bad they would have lost to Miami? Like,
Yeah.
I feel like the 12th, well, and also if we didn't have that kicker, probably would have done a little better too.
You
Yeah.
would at
Or if you
least
had a
scored.
quarterback too. Yeah.
Well, you had
Yeah.
at least scored.
We would
Yeah.
have, yeah.
Yeah.
So,
Christmas.
Hey, you guys lost me some money last year.
Yeah.
So
No, they won me some money at the end of the year because they lost me during the year until the end.
yeah,
In the end, I cashed in big with
yeah.
Texas and Miami. I
okay.
made up for it.
All right, Shardy, what are your three?
My three are, and I'm going to say right off the bat, I'm going to go with number three is Wreckham Tech. Jones Stadium. It's now going to be, what is it called, Justin?
Galaxy Stadium.
Galaxy Stadium. And why do I think Tech is tough to play in? Because they throw tortillas at you, right?
That they
They're
can't do
not,
it anymore. They can't
they're
do the
not,
tortillas.
but anyway, they're not nice to you. They treat you like shit, you know? They
Yeah.
yell at you, scream at you, call you bad names. You know, I mean, you want to beat them, but I mean, it's kind of intimidating. All right. And I'm going to say LSU. I will agree with y'all about LSU because I've been to that stadium and I've seen the whiskey bottles fly. And without a doubt, the night game in Austin last
I
year was
wonder,
the most
yeah,
intimidating.
here we go.
I mean, it was too much for A&M. All right, the Aggies were dominating the first half, and then the second half, Texas came out and just destroyed them. You know, and it was awful because I was in it. I was there. You know, I was hoping for that undefeated season again. A&M, if they win that, they play Alabama in the SEC championship, not Georgia, Alabama, because Alabama beat Georgia. So
Is
it'd have been A&M. It'd have been A&M and Alabama. Okay.
Alex, are you going to go to the game this year, the A&M Texas game?
And so what happened? Can I continue, please? And so what happened was A&M loses. They shit the bed in the second half, right? They lost and didn't have a chance to play in the SEC championship, right? And so what happens? Georgia plays Alabama and beats them like a redheaded stepchild, right?
So glad we get this recap.
You know,
I'm glad that they didn't play in the SEC championship. I do think that those are going to eventually go away because you know, you risk people getting hurt. Like no one really cares. It doesn't really go toward
really? Are you
anything.
really saying this? What
Yeah.
about Indiana last year? They won the national championship, by the way. They beat Ohio State in yeah, think about it. It's true. In the Big Ten championship, they won, right?
Okay, but
They never
what would
lost.
have happened if like something would have happened
What?
to poor Fernando? Like if they were in the championship and
Oh
like
my
something
God.
happened to their best player, like that would suck because then
Oh,
Indiana's defense was too good.
yes, it was. Their defense was too
They
good. And
didn't
you want to
need
talk about this bullshit
For
that you're talking about?
Fernando.
Why
Yeah.
not just even play him during the regular season? He could get hurt. We don't want to play him during the regular season because he could get hurt. We got to save him for the playoffs.
I'm just saying it
That's also
doesn't,
BS.
these championship games, I don't think are really, I think they're going to eventually go away. I don't think they're like
Okay.
worthwhile. Nothing, I
Okay.
mean, it has no impact on the national championship. So like, why even
Don't you want
play?
a conference champion?
I mean, big deal. I'd rather have a national. If I
Yeah.
had one or the other, I'd rather
Well,
have a
don't worry
national.
about it. You're not going to get either one, so it's okay.
Um,
Because LSU and Texas are going to dominate from now on in the SEC. Georgia will be
okay.
lucky to be
Yeah,
slipped up.
and that's because Lane Kiffin has so much under his belt. Like he's won so
Yes.
many national championships.
He hasn't won a national, but he's never had the
He's never
resources
been
that he
there.
does at LSU.
He's
Justin, am I
never
right
been
or
there long
not?
enough.
What
He
about when
has
he's at
not.
USC?
He was at
Justin,
Tennessee and USC, but
Tennessee and
that's not enough
USC.
resources.
And
not to
he
win the big,
poo-pooed the bed there.
not to win the national championship. And he was young at Tennessee. I mean,
Yeah.
how old was he when he was head coach over there? You
He
know?
did really good
Okay.
at the Raiders.
Yeah. Well, he's going to do really well at LSU. I can assure you of that.
Okay, can we
Yeah.
move
So
on for the love? God, I get so tired of listening to the whole recap. Every time we have any kind of like category, we have to hear about the last two games last year. Justin, just prepare yourself. Okay, Joe, you have a stipulation on this, but the top, okay, I'm gonna just list the top 10 teams that ESPN put out there. Not that any of us agree with it. I'm just telling you what they are. And we need to talk about who the most overrated team is out of that top 10.
Okay.
Okay?
Yeah.
All right. Alex, do you want to do you say what the top 10 are? Do you know what they are?
I've got
uh,
it right here. You mean to say it?
no, JoJo's got it.
Oh, great.
Yeah.
Great. Let's hear you say it.
Okay. For a tie for 10th is Ole Miss and LSU. A&M is number 9. Texas Tech is number 8. Miami is number 7. Indiana is number 6. Texas is number 5. Notre Dame's 4. Georgia's 3. Oregon is 2. And Ohio State is number 1.
Okay, there's a stipulation for Joe. He can't say A&M. You have to do another one.
Okay.
Okay?
Yeah.
All right, Justin, you're up.
Justin, say it for me, please.
Most overrated team.
Out of that top 10 right there. Easily. Lost their offensive line, their defensive line.
Hey,
They lost their
this is
best wide
Justin's
receiver.
time. This is Justin's time to talk.
Okay. You're right.
I
I'm
will.
sorry, Justin.
I will. That's it's
It's obvious.
not so much. Yeah, it's Texas A&M.
Thank
And I'll
you. Thank you, Jesus.
and I'll tell you. And I'll tell you why. It's not because grew up disliking A&M and all that. That's beside the point. Because I want to give credit where credit's due. First of all, it's a hard place to play. Second of all, but they're always top 15 every year, and it's like they don't ever do. Baseball was the same way. It's like what happened to the baseball team, and I switch gears, but it's like every year you're top 15, we're top 15, and then we don't go. Texas Tech was that way for a long time. Oh, we're going to be good, but this was just between us Tech folk over here in Lubbock. Oh, this is our year. This is our year. Maybe it's always next year. It's always next year. And
Y'all are
last
always the
year,
stepchildren, though.
and last year was the first year
Yes.
where we were at least in the conversation.
Yes, you were.
And we had a defense to back it up. We
Yes.
didn't have the offense that we had back in Mike Leach era. But think about that. You always think about, well, those teams from 2000 or 2003 or whatever. I mean, those Leach offense stuff, best teams I ever seen in my life. Worst defenses I've ever seen in my life. It is terrible. Back to A&M, it's like you get a taste of like going 11-0. You get a taste of winning something or being part of something, and you shit the bed. It seems like.
They
So,
did.
anyways, until you can win an SEC championship, or until you can get at least you're in the conversation. You play to the very end. That kind of thing. That's when I think A&M will get over that hump. But until then, I mean, you got to put them up there as one, if not the
The
most
most.
overrated.
Yeah. Thank
Will
you.
you stop talking for him for the love? God
You should have
almighty.
we
I
should have
really
we
am
should have had
sorry
this
that I had
last year,
to.
and Indiana could have been the most overrated team.
What did you
They were
say,
just
Alex?
nothing.
I mean, they went from nothing to. I mean, they built it up. I mean, Elko's doing a great job, and he's building up a great team and great camaraderie with the players. It's not like Jimbo was bringing in great recruits, great
Yeah.
transfers, but
They're not here yet.
I'm all for it. Listen, I'd like to see it. I'd like to
Yeah.
see it. And
Yeah.
that's the way I was with Tech forever. Show me.
Yeah.
So
And Tech did that last year. Tech went on
Yeah.
the road and and beat good teams. Like they beat
Yeah.
Utah on the road. And everyone's like, yeah. Now I was disappointed is it Arizona State y'all lost to
Arizona
last year
State,
on
but
the
that
road?
was we had a third the excuse after excuse. Defense kept us in the game. We had third string quarterback. Will Hammond blew his knee out, and then Morton was out of one of his many games. So
Yeah.
Morton was Mr. Glass, if I could ever say it. He got hurt so much, but I don't know. Maybe that was the offensive line as well. So supposedly this year that's all revamped. So for A&M as well. That's what I hear. So
Alex, are you ready for yours?
no, because I wanted our next category is going to fall in line with this. So let
You
me
want to
go
go
last.
last?
Yeah.
You want to go last? Okay. Joe, do you want to go?
I mean, Justin already spoke for me. And you said I can't pick A&M, but I'm going to give you the reasons why. Okay. You lost your entire offensive line. You lost, and here's the thing. Here's what A&M did last year, and this
You
is going to be
can't
another
repeat
recap.
yourself either because you've already said all
This is a
this.
recap, all right? But I will give A&M credit where credit is due. They did, and I was there. They did go on the road and beat Notre Dame's second game of the year. That
yep.
was phenomenal. I mean, that was their golden. I mean, I haven't seen a game like that where they won on the road in like 30 years. Okay. And I'm only 58. So that was fantastic. I went to the Rose Bowl and watched them lose a 34-point lead against UCLA. So I know, what A&M normally does, but that was great. But then, LSU turned to shit and they beat them. Um, you know, uh, the South Carolina game was unbelievable. I don't know how they came back and won that because I was ready to go at halftime. But
Can,
they barely beat Auburn.
I
They
said you
barely beat
couldn't
Florida.
pick. I said you couldn't pick A&M. A&M. So out of the 10, which one do you think is the most overrated for the love?
If I can't pick A&M, who's the most overrated? I'm going to pick. I mean, I'm going to pick. I guess I don't know, man. I mean, I guess maybe Ole Miss. No, because of Chambliss. There's no way. Um, I guess I'm gonna have to go with Miami. You know,
Really?
yeah, because
They
I'm
lost a
that
lot of their
quarter
defense.
that yeah, and that quarterback's not proven, so I don't think he's that great. So I don't care if he's got a smart name, Mensa. He's Mensa, so he's got to be good. No, that doesn't work for me.
I
I think they only have like three returning starters on their defense.
Yeah.
Yeah, so there you go.
Pretty
There's
good.
my pick, Miami. If I can't
I
pick
don't think
A&M,
that,
it's gonna
I
be
mean, I
Miami.
think how many, like, you got to look at what they have bringing in too. And that's like your complete argument with Texas is you're like, oh my God, they're loaded. They brought all these people in, you
They did.
know?
They
Okay,
did
well, so
great.
that's the same thing with other teams when they lost a lot of people on the line,
They didn't
you
lose a
know?
lot of players though, like A&M did, and like Miami did.
They
Right? They
lost
didn't
a
lose
lot
their entire they
in the
didn't lose their
portal.
entire defense, right? They didn't lose a lot their entire offensive line, and their best receiver
No,
We
and
have a
their best
stacked
running back.
A&M has a stacked bench. You know, you
Oh
lose
my
the ones
God.
that are starting, they've got just as good coming up right behind them.
Oh my God. Okay. Anyway,
Um, I saw him play for
A&M
Stanford.
has their
so
center coming
so
back.
here's you're proving your point, Elizabeth. You watched the spring game, right? It could very easily, and then you got a new offensive coordinator who's never been an offensive coordinator before. And what was the spring game? Was it 3-3, something like that? Justin, does
No,
that
that is
sound
not
good?
true. It was not
Justin,
three
does
to
that sound
three.
good when your spring game ends in a 3-3 tie?
It was not three
Justin,
to
help me
three. It
here.
was not a 3 to 3 tie, douche. And A&M won outright. So that's
And then
good.
won the spring game.
I
What,
Um,
like that
six to
one.
three? Did they win?
Touche.
Yeah, in triple overtime, they win 6-3.
yeah,
Was that it?
anyway, it was a good spring game and I'm
You lost.
excited about it. I thought the game this year looked a lot better than last year. I'm gonna say that too.
Sure.
I'd also like to say, and I'm not saying it just because I'm poopy pants about Justin dogging my team, but I do think Texas Tech is overrated because they got a chance, they get a cake conference and then they win now that OU and TU are gone. OU and Texas are gone. And then they got their stuff kicked in by Oregon. When you like everyone was like top four, we're gonna go, we're all amazing, and then they get slapped in the face.
I
So
was
Yeah.
disappointed in that game.
It
I'm
was
just
very disappointing. Let me tell you, we didn't wake up for it. And the worst part about it is, I knew going in today's age, it doesn't matter what you do or how you do it. If you don't have a quarterback, it doesn't matter how good your defense is. It doesn't
Thank you.
matter. You have got to have a play caller with a head, but you got to have someone with wheels too, and you got to have someone with height. I mean, Morton was like 5'10". I mean, he was just like Mr. Glass. I'd never really liked Baron Morton. He did us good. He was a tech guy. I get it. I'm all for that, but he was not bred to be more than the Big 12 championship. That was it. That was as far as that team was going to go because he was the quarterback. But we didn't have Will Hammond, who was our quarterback this year, which I always thought was a better quarterback. We didn't have him because his knee was blown out. He'll be back uh, game one or two. But anyways, that's okay. You say that because this year I do. It's I'm very optimistic, but I'm also very cautiously optimistic
Well, and
about not. Yeah,
I always root for a Texas team.
yeah,
Always.
yeah.
Always. And so I
Including the
was rooting
Longhorns.
always. I'm a very
That's good. Good
Texas
for you.
supporter.
Yeah.
Um, and anyway, I was rooting for Texas Tech for that game, and then it and yeah, I even had some money, and then I lost it, so I was pretty pissed off,
Yeah.
and that's why I feel like that now. But Alex wants to go because I don't know what is the category right after this? What do you have
So
down?
yeah, it's shocking prediction.
Oh, I didn't understand that was I didn't know you had
Yeah,
already set
so
all of
that's
that
going to be
up.
in that. Yeah, so it covers the same team.
Okay,
That's the reason why I want to go.
let's hear it.
So most overrated, of course, is TU, and one
Is,
being they
is that Tennessee University?
no Texas, the
You're saying
orange
Texas
team,
is overrated?
way overrated.
Oh
Yes,
my
they
gosh.
have that new defensive coordinator coming in. They think is God, but
He is
he's
God.
long gone. No, he's not. I mean, he
Has
lost a
been.
lot of his mojo. I mean, he might go a little crazy every once in a while, but who cares? I mean, he's gonna. It's a new age of kids, and he's gonna do his little temper tantrums on them, and then those little T-sips are gonna go pouting off to the sideline, and that's what's going to end up happening.
No, because
So,
they're real men.
or no, and I mean they lost. Well, they didn't lose. They didn't lose a lot on defense, but
No, they
they
didn't.
have a they
Colin
have a
Simmons, hello.
they have a tough schedule, right? So I
Hmm.
have them, and this is a shocking prediction. I have them losing at least 4 to 5 games.
Four to
Lose
five
four to
games.
five
Who
games.
who who do you think they're going
Ohio
to lose to?
State, Ohio State
It's in Austin.
at Tit. It doesn't matter. Ohio State's going to come in and crush them. But Ohio State has a strong team coming back. They have a great. They have the Heisman Trophy winner that's going to be that's coming back this year. What does it say?
Saying.
Saying, yeah, that's what I'm saying. And then
Yeah.
you got at Tennessee, and I said 4 to 5. I don't. Oklahoma's sketchy. I think Oklahoma's good. A little.
No,
They're
no.
coming back.
That's
At,
a you never know about Oklahoma. Like you never know about those
you don't.
Yeah,
games.
you
Yeah.
do. Sark owns Oklahoma just like he owns
So
A&M.
I have two losses there with Ohio State and at Tennessee.
Mm-mm.
Oklahoma's iffy. At LSU, it's going to be at night, so that's a loss. And
No.
then at A&M, because that'll be at night too.
Yeah.
And the 12th man will be coming down.
They
So that's
2 years ago they had no problem with that.
the most overrated team is TU, and it always is. Arch is going to come out and he's going to get his hit. He's going to get knocked. I can't say any vulgar stuff, but he's going to get hit hard, and then he's going to be soft like he was at the beginning of the year, and then he's going to come up with that schedule, and then he's going to go 4 or 5 losses.
Wow. I can't believe that you're saying this with a straight face. That's yeah, there it is. He knows. He knows it's wrong. He knows
Well,
how
No,
great they're going to
it's
be.
not wrong.
Yeah.
I think they're going to lose at least
how
four to
many
five
lose it?
games.
How many losses? 4 or 5. Even 9-3 in the SEC. Well, you won't make it. You won't make that. So
And they
Which
have one extra
they
game this
did
year in
that
the
last
SEC, by the
year.
way.
yeah,
Yeah. They added an SEC game this year. Did you know that, Justin?
I didn't.
So you don't have
Okay.
yeah, instead of having four out of conference games, you only have three. And
Okay.
you have or was it yeah, and then you have an extra conference game. They added a conference game.
Which is tough because every SEC game is a
It's unforgiving.
war.
She calls it a war, but it's really not.
It's a
I mean,
It's
battle.
unforgiving. Well,
It
you know what's
is.
crazy about the SEC is it's unforgiving week to week, but everybody, and this is not just SEC, but everybody is one injury away from the you got a why. Think about when you go down your schedule, you think, oh, this is going to be a win, whatever. But you have the road that goes left or it goes right. Everybody is one injury away from that season going left or going right.
Right.
Yeah,
It
I agree
really
with that.
is.
One of the things, Justin, that they didn't talk about A&M season last
Oh,
year that
God.
I'm going to mention, and why I said it was a fluke when they went 11-0, is because they didn't beat one SEC team last year. The only team that they beat that had a winning record was
Bottom
Texas.
six. Yeah.
Was Texas. Yeah, they played the worst six teams in the conference, and of course Texas. And what did
So
they
you
do
just
against
said we
Texas?
didn't beat an SEC team last
No, we
year.
lost. We didn't beat an SEC team that had a winning record.
Yeah.
It
So the
doesn't
only
matter. Every
Yeah, it does.
SEC
Of
game
course
is
it
a
does.
war.
Well,
Every
When
SEC.
you play the
we
worst
made it
teams
to
in the
where they didn't have
conference,
a winning record.
congratulations. You beat all the bottom feeders, right? As soon as you played somebody that was good, that had a winning record, you lost to them, right?
Mhm.
All right. You beat Arkansas, you beat Florida, you beat LSU. All right.
At
You beat
Missouri.
Missouri. Yeah. All these
Hey,
teams are
you know
garbage.
A
what?
huge comeback against South
Auburn,
Carolina.
Beating
garbage.
Florida was pretty good. Beating Florida, I think, was a pretty good win because I would
Florida
hate
was
to have lost
awful.
to them.
Florida lost to them. Florida was awful.
I know
And they,
And we
we
beat them
won though.
34-17.
I was
yeah,
happy that we won because it would have been
yeah,
really a bummer to lose to them. And then also, like, I mean, I think I mean, like, there's another team I know who played Kentucky, and I mean,
right. And Texas beat them.
And it was tight.
Did, did
So and
Burley.
then and
A&M
then but we also won and we won big. Like we played Mississippi State. We beat them 31-9, right? So
Yeah,
Another
31
garbage
Florida was
team.
34
done.
17.
Yeah.
Garbage.
Arkansas, we scored 45 points.
Right.
LSU, we scored 49 to
Yeah.
25.
Hey, he
You
said
know,
we scored 45
Missouri,
against
38
Arkansas, but gave up
17.
41.
These are
You
all
know
big. These
what?
are all 31 points. We beat
At the
Sanford 49 to nothing.
I was at the Arkansas game and I like watched them and it was at home. They were at home and like those fans, they needed a good game and so they were being considerate by letting them like come
I
back
know.
and stuff at the
Whatever.
end. All right,
Ju-
shocking prediction, Justin. What is your shocking prediction that you think is going to happen this coming season?
I like the Texas one. I think 9-3 keeps them out. That's kind of a shocking deal, but that was before I think I remember now that they did add that extra SEC. But a 9-3 team could be in there, especially at Texas, because NCAA, it's kind of like FIFA with Argentina. They don't want them to lose. That's for sure.
Mm-hmm.
They don't want to keep them out.
That's right.
I think I like this one, and I know that I had Bama in that top 12, and I just thought of the 12, but I thought of this one the other day, and this is a twofold answer for me. I think one of the biggest things for me, I think this year is Bama finishes outside the top 15, and their standard is still that national championship or bust mentality. They're still living in that Nick Saban era. But man, that DeBoer or what's his name,
Mm-hmm.
DeVore.
their coach, yeah, he just hasn't. That's probably the most overrated, but also probably the one on one of the biggest hot seats this year. I think if they start out 2 or 3 losses before 3/4 of the way of the season, you could see that team looking for a new coach midway through the year or even towards the latter end of it.
You're
I really
jumping the
feel like
gun
that.
now, Justin.
Yeah.
You're jumping the gun on the next
So I
category.
guess it was a twofold deal. But so you got my answer for 2 questions, but I think Bama finishes outside the top 15, does not make the playoffs. And I know I had them a while ago, but I can replace them with Indiana for sure. So
And
anyway,
I will say they will lose at home when Alex and I go to that A&M game. So that's going to be uncomfortable. But
where's
we're
the
gonna,
A&M play? They play at Alabama or
yeah,
at?
they're playing
Yeah, they
at
play.
Alabama.
That's the one
Okay.
road game that they're going to. And let me tell I mean, I made a prediction last time, Justin, and I'll say it to you. My brother will be in the bar by halftime. He will be out of that stadium in the bar by halftime because the game will be over by the
I will
second
not be
quarter
at the
early.
Airbnb.
Yeah. Yeah.
Every
Okay,
time every time there's a coach on the hot seat, A&M plays them. There you go.
that's
So
true. That is very accurate. They end up firing him right after
yeah,
A&M plays them.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
There you go. He's
that's
Yeah.
really
right.
good.
He's
Yeah.
Justin right. Yes,
Yeah.
Always right, never wrong, and never left.
that's right.
So there you go.
Okay, I'll let you go last, Joe. My shocking prediction next year is that I think A&M and Texas are going to play twice.
Okay. So who wins those? There we go.
I'm gonna say
Do you
A&M by
split?
90. A&M by 90. You know what? To be honest, I do think it's gonna. Unfortunately, I feel like A&M's gonna win the first game, and then when they play later on in the playoffs, they'll lose. That's probably what's gonna happen. But if that happens, if my shocking prediction happens,
Yeah, that's
I like
shocking.
it. I like it.
because there's a statistic that Joe loves when I give statistics and stuff, and so there's a statistic that when you play a team twice in a season, the second time the other team wins. Whoever won first loses second.
I can see that. Yep. I'm
Yeah.
sure it's overwhelming too. So,
Go, Joe.
but
What's
but
yours?
you know, Tech and BYU last year, Tech beat them both times.
That's
That's
So,
right.
true. That's true.
but I get what you're saying.
But
Yeah.
and you know what? But she predicted last year that BYU would beat Tech because of her prediction. She always says it. She always says if they play the team twice, the team that lost the first game wins the second game. So that's what she does. All right.
I
All
like
right.
that.
It's
Well,
a
that's what she.
statistic.
Yeah. What is it stat? Is it what's the percentage that it
I'm gonna look
happens?
it up, but I'm gonna
Yeah.
look it up and I'll
Look it
let
up
y'all
while I'm
know.
giving my deal, so you
Yeah.
don't interrupt me while I'm
Okay.
giving
Oh,
my deal.
okay. Okay.
My shocking prediction this year is I think Ole Miss is, as long as the quarterback doesn't get hurt, I think Ole Miss goes deep. Now they have a tough schedule. They play LSU, but they got them at home and they got them early. Okay. When I think Lane is most vulnerable, but they got Florida, no big deal. Vanderbilt, no big deal. Missouri, no big deal. I think they lose in Austin against Texas, but I still think they play them tight. Now I think they might play twice again. Texas and Ole Miss might play each other. And by the way, about Elizabeth's deal about A&M and Texas playing twice, I don't think that's possible when the game, A&M's record is going to be 6-5 and Texas is going to be 11-0. I don't know how they're going to play
Oh my
again in the same
Lord.
year. You know what I'm saying, Justin? 6-5 and 11-0. How are you going to play again? I don't know how that happens. But anyway, so they got Oklahoma. I think Oklahoma's garbage. They got Wolford, and then they got Mississippi State, and Mississippi State's no good. So I think if as long as Trinidad doesn't get hurt, I think Ole Miss goes deep. And I think they did pretty well in the transfer portal too.
Yeah.
So there's
And
my
they get
prediction.
and they got the kids behind that coach that stayed and all that, So
Yep. Yep.
we went through that in basketball one year. So I get it.
Did y'all win the national championship in basketball?
We runner up, and then the year the year after the year that we went. So 2020 was COVID. We went in 2019, and then 2020 was COVID, and then 21 Beard left for UT, then got in all that trouble.
Wow. Where's he
Yeah.
now?
Ole Miss.
Is he really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Um, so the old with the So there have been 82 same season rematches since 2000. There have been 82 same season rematches with 45 sweeps and 37 splits. So
Oh,
I'm not right. But it's very close.
You're right. It is.
55%,
Yeah. It's
a
a
little
flip of the
over
that's
coin.
half.
it's
That's
kind
what
of
it
shocking
is.
there. Yeah, it is.
Okay. All right. So we all did our shocking predictions. Alex, did you do yours?
I did. I was first. I did a double deuce,
Oh
Yeah.
yeah,
double
because you
dose.
went on
Yeah.
after. Okay. And then we didn't talk about the top five coaches, best five coaches um
While Justin gets
in the
situated.
nation.
Sorry. Yeah, there we go. Top five coaches:
Yeah.
Kirby, Smart, of course, Ryan Day. I think the best coach in the nation is Dan Lanning at Oregon.
Ugh.
Um, yeah, Marcus Freeman, of course, Notre Dame, and then you guys probably won't like this one, but the last few years, and he's
He's gonna say it. He's gonna.
Kiffin. He is. He's
Ew.
always. He's
I got
always in. And the reason is he's always in the mix. Like these teams go after him, and I'm not really sure why. If correct me if I'm wrong, he's never won a national championship.
He hasn't.
Well,
That's
who
okay.
would
But
they
he's
go after? Like who would they go after? I mean, he's the only one who was like a possibility.
and
It's a
he's
good
also
pick, Justin.
probably well, and then on top of that, he's also the only one that would probably leave a team in mid-season
exactly. That's
for
what I was
another
going to
one.
say. Yeah, he's
But
he's,
but
sli- he's slimy enough to leave. Yeah,
but he's got the resources this year, man.
Yeah,
LSU is the best.
50
Having the
million.
LSU job. I mean,
Yeah,
he's going to get
he's
any
got
coach he
50.
wants.
50 million.
He's going to get any player he wants. I mean, it's him and Sark from here on out.
Oh
Don't
God.
go to don't go to Raising Cane's if you that supports LSU right there. So
Yeah. No, I go there often. Anyway.
well,
Anyway,
go Tigers, Joe.
Yeah, go Tigers. That's right.
GEAUX.
That's right.
Go.
I
Yeah.
don't know if I have that lettuce virus or not, or if it's just you. You're making my stomach hurt.
Justin is.
Let
Justin's making your stomach hurt.
No, you.
Oh wow. Okay.
You and
lettuce
Justin.
virus.
You and
Oh
Justin.
wow.
And
I'm not hating on A&M.
Justin's like all nice about it, but he's like, like I mean, you basically chose the devil as one of the top 5 coaches.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's sometimes better to know the devil you do better than you don't. So
Yeah.
the one that you don't. Yeah.
All right, what's yours, Shardy?
So Kirby's smart, man. I love that guy. I think he's great. And I got to throw Signetti in there for what he did last year, winning the national
Absolutely.
championship.
Yeah.
And then my third choice is going to be he's not a head coach, but he was a head coach. Now he's a defensive coordinator. Is Will Muschamp.
Oh
And
Oh
then
God.
Jesus.
my
Can you
second,
get real? Are we gonna
I,
like his next
can
one's
I can
gonna
I
be
finish my? And these are my picks,
he's gonna
please.
name the special
No, I'm
teams
not. Can
coach
you
too.
shut? Because you know who my two favorite coaches are in the NCAA. Kiffin is number two, and Sark is my number one guy. Sark is a god. Kiffin is too. They're like at god level. Both those guys. Those are the two best in the NCAA. Muschamp, I think is fantastic. And what he's going to do for Sark is going to
He's
be
done.
unbelievable. And then but
Kiffin
Signetti and Kirby
Has
Smart, you
been.
you, you don't
Kiffin
want
being a
to.
god, saying Kiffin's a god, it's like it's a god with
It is.
hooves, like hooves and horns.
What are you
And
talking about?
anyway,
Anyway.
um, are you done now?
Yeah, I gave you my top
Yeah.
five. Kirby,
So
Signetti, Will Muschamp,
That is
Lane
so
Train,
stupid.
and Sark.
That is like that's when he did the Heisman, and like basically his top 5 Heisman were all members
No, they weren't.
on Texas. One,
Trinidad,
maybe one.
Trinidad.
Okay, Trinidad was the only one. I mean,
I
I
had
was shocked that
Trinidad.
you didn't say the Texas kicker was going to be one of the Heisman.
Well, I told
Here
him,
wasn't A&M
Colin,
kicker.
I told him it was Cam Newman and Colin Simmons were going to escort Arch Manning. Okay. That's
A&M has the Illini guy coming in, and he's going to make our life better with the kicking. Okay,
I
so
hope so. At
gone are the days where we have to tremble for an extra point.
least you'll score now. There we go.
I'll go, Alex, and you can lead, you can finish the end. Okay, is
Yeah.
that good?
Yep.
I say Kirby. Oh, do we do least to top, or did we do orders or
Either
no?
or.
I
I'm gonna
did.
do last to
Yeah,
first.
that's what I
Okay,
did.
last to first. I say Marcus Freeman, number 5. Um, and then I did say Sark for 4. And 3, I have Kirk Cinetti. Number 2, I have Elko. And number 1, I have Kirby.
Homer.
Elko he's a good defensive coach, but
He's a great.
yeah, but
He's a lot better than Muschamp. I'll tell you that right
they're
now.
going to
He
be
is
Who
better than
was
Muschamp.
awful on
who was your
offense.
one again?
And he's head
Who was your one?
coach.
Kirby was my number 1.
Kirby's
Okay.
smart. And I like Kirby. I mean, I give her some
Yeah.
credit on that. Kirby's a good guy.
Yeah.
But
Kirby's
I
good.
He's won a
do
national championship.
I
Yeah.
think Elko knows how to get a team behind him too. It's his culture is really good. Grind, that's his motto.
You know what's
Grind.
sad? You know what's sad?
Grit, relentless effort,
You know what's sad?
integrity,
Honestly, what's sad
now,
is
and dependability.
there's a lot of expectation about A&M going to be halfway decent this year, and it ain't going to be. It ain't going to happen.
Alex, are you ready for your
It
5?
just isn't going to happen. I'm
Yes, I
sorry.
am. So
Okay.
I have number 5. I have Elko, and I agree with you. He gets a cohesive unit together, he's doing an awesome job on the recruiting uh, field. So he's bringing it all together. It took a little bit, it's kind of like, being the president after Biden. You got to kind of, or I'm sorry, I didn't do politics there. I'm
Alex, we
sorry.
don't talk about
I
politics
know.
here.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. All right. So then, then I have Freeman. Freeman's more than likely going to win the national championship this year.
Oh, come
Huh?
on.
No, but yes, more than likely they will.
Get rid
Then
of him.
I have Kirby Smart, and then I have Lanning from Oregon. He's a stud. And then
Mm-mm.
if we're talking about the best coach right now, any coach in the NCAA could not do what Signetti did with Indiana. No way you can win a national championship
Yeah.
with an Indiana university. There's no way you could do it. Signetti, without a doubt, is way above everybody else, and is still killing it.
You didn't
Yeah.
have Kiffin or Sark in your top five.
He had a good top five, though. I agree
I
with him.
would
Without
say
Sark and Kiffin?
Kiffin's probably maybe six, and Sark I got it maybe 10. Because
Uh,
Sark had all that talent, and he still poo pooed the bed. So, but it's not really his fault. I mean, Manning kind of came out of the blocks, a little slow because he was reading
He
too many
did.
articles, and yeah, so
He did.
yeah, and we'll
But
see
he
what he
stuck
does
with
this year.
them. I
That's
like that he
right.
stuck with them.
That's right.
Like
Yeah,
if any other coach, I feel like would have put someone else in. Seriously.
he had a lot better backups than Manning. So
Okay. That's all we did. Is that all the
I think
deals
that's
we
all we
talked
have on
about?
our
That's all
list.
over.
Yeah,
Okay. All right. That's good. So we made it through. That was great.
and just in time too, about an hour.
In time for who?
It
I
was an
said it's
hour.
been
Remember, we're only
about an
supposed to go an
hour.
hour.
Okay. Do we want to make are there any really good games the first, how many weeks is it till we play? Seven?
Yes.
Six?
8.
Eight?
So
What?
9. So I'm a huge Broncos fan, by the way. I grew up 1987 Super Bowl. John Elway, that was me. So I grew up we opened Monday Night Football this year versus the Chiefs, which is hard for me because Mahomes, of course, but Broncos, Broncos
Ooh.
Chiefs 9 weeks from this past Monday, so it's 8 weeks from tomorrow. So it's this whole
829.
weekend. Yeah,
829. So let's see here.
was that 8 weeks,
One,
7 weeks?
two, three, four,
Alex,
Uh,
are you going?
six.
Oh, you have the
Wow,
picnic.
It's
You
six
can,
weeks.
6 weeks then.
right?
Yeah,
You're not going to
August
go to that
29th.
first game, are you,
no,
Alex?
I'm giving JoJo, Aunt Debbie.
Well, I'm going.
And
I
then
remember I'm going to stay with you, Elizabeth.
Yeah. So are you riding with me or because
Yes.
I'm not going to tolerate what I did with South Carolina.
No, I'm fine. We're gonna. I mean, A&M's gonna beat. Who's it? Missouri State.
yeah,
Yeah.
Tony is gonna go sit with me in the new seats, right? So we can talk together.
Tony is.
Yeah, he'll go sit with me in the new seats. Debbie can stay with you.
Oh, the new seats. No, he's not going
Yeah.
to sit over there.
Yeah, you will. So
No,
we
he's
both
not.
can talk about it when A&M scores like 13 points against Missouri State.
No.
So
He's
anyway,
not going to sit over there. He's going to sit with me. But I did tell him, because we're going to the Texas game, and I said, I do think it's wise if we do not sit together. So he said he'll probably be up in the club deal, but then he's scared too because he said there's a lot of Texas fans up there too, and he just doesn't know how he can do it, you know?
You just
yeah.
can't. You just don't surround yourself with bad people.
So we'll see. I just can't, I have to sit around people who are supportive and positive energy.
Remember Heath's
So.
going. He's sitting in the club.
Yeah, I know. And I'm just telling y'all, I need positive people around me. Okay. That's what I
Yeah.
need.
Do you
So,
know how Heath got A&M Texas tickets before?
No.
Whenever you could scalp them. So what he would do is he'd go and wear a white shirt, and then he'd go to an Aggie and you'd see him. He'd say, "Hey, I need 2 tickets," and he's like, "Okay." And he looked at him. He said, "Okay, yeah, I'll sell them to you." And then Heath would show up with his burnt orange shirt later on because you go back and change. And the guy's like, "Wait a minute, where'd you get those tickets from?" He's like, "I got them from you." That's what he'd do. That's what T-sips do.
What's wrong with that?
Yeah.
Oh my God,
No, that's no
it's
good.
he bamboozled them.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah,
He
well,
did it,
he didn't have to
and
worry about
you'll
that. I'm
understand.
going to
He
give
did a
him.
turncoat. He did a turncoat. He just turned his jacket inside out, kind of like you do.
Wow. Okay.
Okay, so when is our next podcast? Do y'all know or what?
It's whenever you tell us, just like this
Okay.
one.
Yeah.
All right,
Yeah, where we brought
I'm
on
gonna think
Justin.
of some more good stuff to talk about. But
What we need to do is have a follow up like week 8 or 9. We need
Yes.
to have this
We,
conversation and we bring it back and say how look at our top 12 or like the first like the second or third week of when they announce the top 12 or whatever. Let's check it out. Let's see how good we are and see
Tell you, I
if
which
know I'm pretty
week?
good.
Which week
so,
did you say?
well, it's like 2 or 3 weeks into the CFP when they start announcing it's like
Yeah.
week 9 or 10 in that area.
yeah, absolutely.
Let's
We'll get
have
him
a
and
let's
Heath in
do
here.
a
You know Heath, don't you?
oh yeah,
Yeah. So we get him and
Heathcliff.
Heath because Heath made his predictions last week.
Yeah.
But I am disappointed a little bit, Justin, because he on Heath when he does his podcast at the top of it, he's got Swami's fan club at the top. He's the president of my fan club.
If I
So
was home, I would, but I'm in Vegas until tomorrow. So anyway,
okay, all right. Well, when you
yeah,
come back on, because we are going to invite you back on, make sure you get on there, Swami's fan club.
Oh
you
yeah,
got
make
it.
sure you do that. Make sure. Because that won't
So,
make you look like a total tool at all.
tell him about TT.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah. So being the tech fan that I am, it's you can be up by 100 or whatever, and it's always something where they come back, and it's like something always happens. It seems like to Texas Tech, it's like always we're the center of controversy. It's all that. That double T always stands for typical Tech. It's typical something happens to Tech, so typical Tech.
We
So
say typical
typical Tech,
Aggies. Yeah.
typical Tech. And the Aggies always called us classless clowns when I was going to school there. So anyway,
Oh
You
my
told them
gosh.
your
yeah,
story when you went to that tech game, right, Joe? Where
yeah,
you got on the Shamu plane afterwards?
Yes, I said I'm never going back to. I mean, that's why they were in my top three. It was hell playing in that stadium when
yeah,
Zach Thomas intercepted that ball and ran it back for a
yeah.
touchdown. Yeah. Oh my gosh, that
Up
place
until
was
the
crazy.
Crabtree catch, that was the greatest game I saw in person. But Crabtree catch was something like out of this
Yes.
world. He
Was it
just
Yeah,
Justin in front of you with the green teeth or
No,
no?
it was some dude about half his size. Yeah, and I
I'm not
guarantee you,
surprised.
that that individual didn't graduate from tech. He didn't graduate from high school. I
Yeah,
mean, he didn't have it. Yeah, he had green teeth and they weren't all there. Okay.
yeah,
So
I
Why did
get it.
they ban the t tortillas? Just because it was too much to clean up?
because they got obnoxious. Yeah,
Yeah, if when you tell college kids not to do something, guess what they're going to do?
they're gonna do it.
Throw
Yeah,
tortillas.
yeah, they're going to do it more. If you'd have just said, you know what, it's not a big deal. Yay, because we didn't. I look back at we just a few people did it. I never did them. Like I did a lot of crazy shit in my life, but I didn't throw tortillas on the
What's
field. It
the
wasn't a big
meaning?
deal.
What's the meaning behind that?
I have no idea.
because
I,
you can
I
throw them a long way.
you can't tell. You could ask 5 different tech people what the meaning is, and you get 5 different answers. I can't even tell you what the thing is. I just thought it was stupid. I always thought it was stupid. Here to watch football, and they're out there throwing tortillas on the field. So
Yeah.
anyway,
It,
typical
te
tech.
Texas throws like water bottles and stuff when a call goes bad.
It was a bad call.
Yeah,
They had every right to throw bottles on the field.
Get out of here.
Yeah,
All
and
right.
well, the referees changed it because they knew it was the wrong call. Thank you.
No, it's
yeah.
because they had beer bottles thrown upside their head.
Yeah.
Uh,
Well, they made the right choice by making the change.
Okay.
That was horse shit.
Justin, thanks for coming on. It was nice
Thanks for
having you
having me.
on.
That was fun.
I
Yes.
think
Thank
it's
you,
a
Justin.
delight that Joe still has friends. Like I worry about it. So,
And ones that kind of agree with him a little bit, just a smidge.
you know what?
I couldn't believe that.
I I just cannot believe that you're proud to say that you agree with them. Like
Just
that's
a little
weird.
bit.
But
Just a little bit.
also, I just think it's bizarre that he went to A&M and he goes to A&M games and he wears maroon and then he like talks mad crap about them. Like To be honest, when I get in arguments at the games, it's because of people like him. Like it's people who are supposedly rooting for A&M and being buttheads and like yelling to like replace the quarterback and stuff like that. That's when I get into arguments.
I got
So,
you.
yeah.
No.
I don't go to any
At
more state
least you
games,
didn't
so
go to A&M. At least you didn't go to
yeah,
A&M. I mean, like that makes sense that you talk crap about A&M. This fool wears maroon, you know?
I root for them. I wish they would do well, but unfortunately, they're not going to do well this year. It
Okay.
stinks, and I'm sorry.
hope for
It's
the
it's just,
best, expect the worst.
I mean, here's the thing, Justin. The reason why my name is Swami is because I can predict, right? I can see the
Not
future,
very well.
right? And
Yeah.
I can see it this year, and unfortunately, it looks really, really bad. And I hate that I have that ability,
You
right?
know
That I
what he
have that.
did predict though that actually was creepy is at the beginning of the season, I said, "Would you rather be 11 and 0 and lose to Texas or would you rather be the opposite and beat Texas?" And he said he'd rather be 0 and 11 and beat Texas.
Absolutely.
He
Yeah.
absolutely
Thousand
said
percent,
that.
and I still will say that. I mean, that's 100%. But now I got to bend the knee, right? Because they own us. So,
That's
but I
like
wish we could
Ohio
beat them,
State, Michigan saying too. So
right?
All right.
you
Well,
could
I
ask
hope
both of them.
everyone has a wonderful evening. And again, Justin, thanks for joining. And we'll be back soon. We'll post on all of our socials so people don't get upset about us not being on each week, right? Because our thousands of followers get upset.
Sounds
Okay.
good.
Yes.
Well, thanks
All
for having
right.
us.
Thank you,
Having
Thanks
Justin.
me.
again.
All
Signing
right.
off.
See ya.
See y'all.